double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Mounties and the Lumberjacks on Monday night.
Football League takes us to British Columbia and the gleaming jewel that is Vancouver, Canada. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up, as it'll be the Mounties of Montreal taking on the Lumberjacks of Vancouver. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night, all sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and
the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
we're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be led out by their 7th-year quarterback.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Mounties.
Off play action, it's Cunningham. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion was low. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Cunningham to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now here's
It's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Then you're lateral to the line of scrimmage. Linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And this one is right through. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. There's the stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it out past the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burnett. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Got an open man, it's Burnett. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Looking to throw. Covington. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And his kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here's Cunningham. That is incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. That's taken on the 25. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. 42 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Cunningham. And that'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Cunningham. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
First incompletions on 1st and 2nd down bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And touchdown. A great play there. 65 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
Kills.
speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's going to try and do this himself. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 3rd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down.
He's got a man, complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
I think they'll have this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
On 1st down, Covington. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd and 3 from the 9.
At the 9-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That's complete right around the 8. He appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. So now for the second time already here in this quarter, on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
All right, partner, Deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Rodgers on the return. Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Covington. Complete to Kellett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch of the new.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw. Covington under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. A play fake. Now Cunningham. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Cunningham looking to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down, Covington. He's got his target. That's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Covington. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Woods. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Bowman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
On first down, it's Cunningham. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Cunningham. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Mounties are able to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-8. So that drives 7 plays in length. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Covington. He finds his man, complete. That's Garcia. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Now a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First down now, but that clock rolling. Off play action, Covington. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll move them back within 6 now. So he's been a busy man here in his first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. As this complete to Woods. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance. distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Covington. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he returns this to the 22. For this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Cunningham to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
He can't get him down. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Covington. He finds his man. Complete. That's Garcia. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation, very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Shoves him aside. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Looking to throw. Covington. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Lumberjacks have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit. And, Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead, tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you add the extra point and you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Cunningham. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Cunningham. And that's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game,
and he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. Shedding the tackle. And again the footwork. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good 3rd quarter. He likes whatever adjustments were made at halftime, whether those were team adjustments or just him talking to himself.
And whatever that conversation was, it was pretty good because he is running really well here in the 3rd quarter. But I like to think it is a team adjustment. Offensive line, those big escorts of his, they figured out how to block a little bit better. He's found those holes to run through.
He has indeed.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And it nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. Off the play fake. Covington. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time. But any team will take that type of run each and every time.
That is caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10. And mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That
that's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking to throw on second down. Covington, throw left side, complete. That's Garcia. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Covington, and it's intercepted at the goal line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing of momentum right there.
Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 49-yard line.
They run the counter. It's Bowman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Bowman, and able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The Cunningham's throw taken in by Green here. So the completion good for just 3, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Bowman. No gain on the play that time, as we have now reached the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continues. Protection he needs, and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They bring their punter out there now. He's been terrific so far. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Taken down at the 47-yard line. He was was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down, and he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The Montreal offense ready to take over now. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The offense on third down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Cunningham. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start with the option. Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 20. Touchdown! Their mobile quarterback. 74 yards. And the Lumberjacks use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown of the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Montreal offense ready to take over now. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now Cunningham. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Covington able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Lumberjacks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Over the middle, complete. That's Bush. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
At the 29-yard line.
Cunningham. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Cunningham looking to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down the right sideline.
And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick 6, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Lumberjacks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead. Great field position, one play later, boom, end zone.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
To throw on second down, Cunningham. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
On third down, Cunningham. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable here from the 38. Broken tackle for Kelly. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return.
The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
128 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
3rd and 12.
Here's a give up the middle. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Montreal offense ready to take over now. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
At the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw. Cunningham. And he's got his big tight end here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion, Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On second down, here's Cunningham.
And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his third pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a third down.
They'll look to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. He finds his man complete. That's Bush.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Cunningham.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. One last shot at the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Vancouver,
it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week.
Meanwhile, for Montreal,
they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.